Hey trappers, Dale Billingsley here, Billingsley Brand Lures. So guys, we're going to do something a little bit different today. I think we're going to make this kind of a two-part video. Guys, we're going to do something just a little bit different today. We're going to kind of make this into a two-part deal. We're going to talk about some locations, and then we're going to talk about pre-digging your sets in and how you can do it to where it won't be detrimental to you later on. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and get started. All right, guys, here's a really good location. We've got a swale, a ditch, or coulee, whatever might be the vernacular in your particular part of the world, that runs right up through this cow pasture. And right there, where the erosion starts, at that other little ditch that runs up out of this one, the main one that we're looking at, that would be an awesome hot location right there for any fox or coyote that might be coming through. They always hunt, and they always, for some reason, those erosion spots are just great locations. They look at them, they hunt through them all the time, and plus your set will stand out there. Plus, it happens to be on the right side of the ditch where you need it. It's on the west side of it, so that when your prevailing northwest wind will blow your lure and bait right down that swale where they're hunting. So that would be an awesome, excellent location right there. Then, as you turn and go from that erosion spot, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but there's a big hump of dirt way out yonder there off that tree line. That would be another salient feature that stands out that the fox and coyote are going to hunt up to and check out every time. Plus, it gives your set plenty of visibility, so it can be seen from a long distance away. Two very good locations right there. Let's go look at some more. All right, guys, here we are on the very upper end of that swale that we just looked at, and you can see that cow trail coming right along the fence here, right in front of us. Right in there at the very bottom end, where it drops down into that swale right there, would be an excellent location to pop in a pair of sets. Especially seeing as we're on the south side of those trees, the way we're looking at it here, where the cow trail is on the south side, you've naturally got a good location there because of your prevailing northwest wind that, again, will blow that lure and bait right down that swale. Then, if we come here or on around, there's that big hump of dirt we were just looking at. You've got this lone cottonwood tree that stands out, that sits up off of that swale just a little ways. Right in under that tree somewhere would be a very good place to put in another set or two. So, you know, you could have, there's several locations right here in a small area to dump in, you know, 6 or 8 sets, or maybe even a dozen right here, depending on how things really looked, depending on sign and stuff. So anyway, we'll go look at a few more now. All right, gang, so what we got here, you can see this, that we're at the head of a ditch here that runs off down into a bigger ditch. Now, we're standing on the south end of it, and we're facing north. You can see, I think, I'll kind of zoom in or try to anyway. You can see there's a cattle trail coming right through between them trees, and there's also one on this side of those trees. And it goes right along there, and then it cuts out across the top of this ridge off here to the side of us. There's not a fox or a coyote or a cat or a coon or anything else in the country that doesn't know that cow trail's right there. They're all going to hunt right along up and down it, and they're all going to hunt right up and down along each side of this ditch. So this would be an excellent location to, you could, you know, if there's no livestock in here, you could hang snares on the deer trail, or you could put in footholds right here just as easy. That's a big thing, and I want to make sure that everybody understands that. You absolutely do not set snares in the livestock. That's just asking for trouble. So, and I don't care if you run breakaways or not. Not everything is foolproof. Not everything in trapping is 100%. So just don't do it. Just don't hang snares in the livestock, and you'll be just fine. So anyway, this would be another excellent location. Let's move on to some others. All right, guys. Now, I've shown this location before. Right down at the end of this fence line, I don't know how well you'll be able to see it, but right down at the end of this fence line that runs down through here, we have another fence line that comes in. You might be able to pick out that red gate setting down there. And then off on the other side of it here, where all the tire tracks and the cow trails are, we have an open gate and another fence line that runs through there. Though that would be a very hot location coming up off that main drainage right there. Be just hotter than a firecracker. Then as you come up here and you look past the mineral feeder, look at that brush pile right there. Every predator in the country is going to hunt that brush pile, I promise you. And plus, it's right there on the right side. It's on the north side of that swale that runs on this side of that brush pile. So anything that's hunting up through here is going to hunt up through that swale. That would be a great place to put in sets, because the wind's going to catch your bait and lure scent, going to blow it right down into that swale. They can't miss you. I mean, they just can't. Especially if you make flashy sets, it'll stand out a little bit. There's no way you could miss there. Hey guys, I don't know how well you can see it, but there's a trail that runs right here and runs right up to that fence corner right there. Now this fence corner is a tremendous crossing for red fox. I usually snare 2 or 3 here, maybe even a few more than that. Usually until I catch a coon here, and then it wipes out the trail on me. But you can catch a tremendous amount of red fox at these little locations. You want to look those fence corners over really good. Sometimes, this time of the year, the trail might not stand out real well, but since we've been in such a drought up until just recently, and we're still in a bad way, it is starting to get a little better. We had some rain, about 7 inches of rain here in the last few days. But anyway, that trail's standing out now anyway, so that's a tremendous snare location right there. You want to look these fence corners over really well, guys. All right, guys, so here we have a tremendous location right here. We have a 4-way crop change. We have cornfield here, we've got hayfield over here, then you come across here, you've got another cornfield, another hayfield. This is, you can see the trail, I think, coming across here. Now this is more than likely coons, but there isn't a fox or coyote in the country that won't hunt that. And with this high grass here and all this timber around us too, could dang well pick up a cat as long for, if this corn stays standing, into the season. Guys really overlook standing cornfields in the Midwest for bobcat locations. I mean, they really, really do. It's habitat. Everything they need is in that standing corn. So, guys, if you've got a timber ditch such as that one off yonder coming out of timber, for like it is across the road on the other side of that barn, coming out here to a standing cornfield, I'll promise you there's a bobcat hunting up through there, and probably 2 or 3 of them. Don't overlook them places. Do not overlook them. All right, guys, so now we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of what you've really been wanting to see, I think. Digging sets in ahead of season. There's not a thing in the world wrong with it if it's done correctly, okay? You darn sure don't want to pre-bait them. All right, and the best thing to do is to dig them in. Go ahead, dig them in. Go ahead, drive your stakes, whatever you got to do. Then cover it up. Cover that thing up just like that. Okay, with a bucket lid or a piece of board, something. Now, the first time or two that they come through, they might shy away from it just a little bit, because it's something new that they're not used to seeing here. But eventually they will get used to it. Okay, they've seen it here for the last couple of months now. They're used to it. They've gone by it all the time. Now opening day comes along, you come in there and take it away. Now they're like, whoa, wait a minute. There's been something here. Now where's it at? Where did it go? Now you've got their attention. Now you've got them coming to where you want them to. Especially when you start putting your good smelling baits and lures in that hole. Now you've got them right where you want them. So that's just a little tip for y'all, that you can go ahead and pre-dig your sets in. Doesn't hurt a thing. Just cover them up. But I would suggest you use something like a white bucket lid or a blue one or something of that sort that stands out just a little bit. That way they see it. Like I said, the first time or 2 through, they might get a little spooked of it, but eventually they will get used to it. Then when you come in here and take it away, you set off the wow factor. All right, gang, I think we're going to go ahead and end that video here. I sure appreciate each and every one of you tuning in to watch. I really do. I appreciate y'all tuning in and subscribing as well. And if you haven't already, if you would please hit that thumbs up, hit that notification bell, and hit that subscribe button for me. It means an awful lot to me. Guys, once again, this is Dale Billingsley with another one. Signing out.